Hello and welcome to another week of CLNS Media Patriots Roundtables. I am your host tonight, Nick Quaglia, sitting with Marv, Ezhan, and Mike Molyneaux. All right, guys, so Patriots, first game back after the bye week, playing the Jets. Not necessarily a rollover game because once you go to New York and play the Jets, it's not always a guaranteed win, even though a lot of people like to talk like it's going to be a guaranteed win. But they got the win. Didn't look great, didn't look perfect, but they got the win. So I guess that's all that matters. Not really, because we're still going to pick them apart. Two big weapons were back in what seems like full force. I know Sony Michel was back for the Tennessee game. Rob Gronkowski also back this week. Looked healthy, maybe not all the way. We don't know the full extent of his healthiness at this point, but he looked much better than he had in games past. And Sony Michel, again, looked like Rob Gronkowski, healthy. But that's where the question comes in. Which one of those two is more important to the Patriots offense? Because we've seen games with Sony Michel out. The running game definitely took a hit. We've seen games where Rob Gronkowski is out. The receiving end definitely took a hit. Guys, Mike and Marv, the question, who's more important to the Patriots offense this season? Who's more important to the success for the Patriots offense going forward? Marv, we'll start with you. Sony Michel or Rob Gronkowski?
Nick, the answer is Sony Michel. Sony Michel is the force of this offense. He's the one who you're giving the ball to the first and second downs. He's running the ball tremendously. We saw how he changed the game last week against the Jets. I mean, the guy had 130 yards and a touchdown. Every time that he plays, the Patriots, every time he plays and he plays well, the Patriots offense is moving. They score almost 30+ points a game. And we've played without Gronk many times, and Patriots have been successful without Gronk. Yes, you know, those couple weeks that he wasn't playing, the Patriots offense stalled, but that's also with Sony Michel being gone as well. I think the Patriots offense, even though you love Gronk is great. He adds a different dynamic, especially into the red zone. But they have adapted without Gronkowski. They know what they can do without Gronk. When you lose Sony Michel, then you only had James White, and Cordarrelle Patterson was your lead running back. And that
a tank on the line, a tank.
Yeah. Cordarrelle Patterson, he had his weeks, you know, the first couple weeks, but then teams are going to be prepared for Cordarrelle Patterson running the ball. And you saw that a little bit when Sony Michel went out with his back injury when they fixed him back up. Teams are prepared for Cordarrelle Patterson. James White is not the guy you want running first downs and second downs. So Sony Michel is the most important out of the two right now.
Mike, before we get your answer, guys, we have to talk about our sponsors for this Patriots Roundtable, Action Heat. Guys, today's segment is powered by Action Heat. Action Heat clothing provides toasty warmth and comfort for your whole body, head to toe, full warmth, whole body. Save 20% off your order by going to actionheat.com/newsfeed or use the coupon code newsfeed. Mike, Marv, when you guys want to stay warm this year, Action Heat. Use the promo code. Use it. Love it. You will love it. All right, Mike, give me your answer.
I certainly have to agree with Marv here, where I also believe that Sony Michel is the most important out of the two when it comes to him and Rob Gronkowski. A healthy, strong Sony Michel opens the door so much for this Patriots offense. Obviously, you know, having Tom Brady, you could depend on him to, you know, connect with anybody who's out there on the field. But right now, what Sony Michel brings to the game, not many teams have that. Obviously, I would put him up there with the Gurleys and the Melvin Gordons and the Camaras, the other guys in the league who are playing well and really have impact on the game. I think Sony Michel, when he plays, he's pretty much right up there. And you can see the difference that he makes when he's on the field. Now, obviously, there's a lot of moving parts around him that contributes to his success. But he's doing a hell of a job in his rookie season, finding his way and finding his path and being successful for this offense. And then especially in the red zone, you know, obviously the Patriots have struggled in the red zone. Can that be because Rob Gronkowski has missed a lot of time? Could be. But if Brady's not finding any guys in the red zone, at least you know you have Sony Michel who can easily, for the most part, punch it right in and pick up those points that way. So he adds so much to this Patriots offense, not taking anything away from Rob Gronkowski and who he's been for the Patriots over the years. He's still obviously important. I think you need both of those guys if you want to really go far and hopefully make it to another Super Bowl. But right now, I think, you know, especially with the health playing a factor. You don't know how healthy Rob Gronkowski is. I think Sony Michel is the most important piece to this offense out of those two.
See, I'm going to kind of ride the fence here, but not really, because I'm going to pick Gronk, but I can see why people would pick Sony Michel, and I know a lot of people are going to pick Sony Michel, especially the people in the comments, because Sony Michel, what he's done this year to transform the running game for the Patriots, it's something that they haven't had in a while. Dion Lewis was great, but Sony Michel is a solidified running back who you really have to worry about coming out of the backfield. Defenses have to prepare for him. So that way, now defenses can't just sit back and protect the pass. They now have to worry about a legit running back in the backfield. But I'm still going to go with Gronk. The reason I'm going to pick Gronk is because we've seen it when he's out there. When he's out there, teams have to worry about Gronk a lot more than they have to worry about most average tight ends. When Gronk's out there, because there's so much focus on him, even when he's at 60%, you still have to worry about the guy because he's such a force and he's so big and he's so strong. When he's out there, you've got multiple defenders watching him, and in doing so, now you've got Josh Gordon opening up a little bit. You've got Julian Edelman opening up a little bit. You're going to give those guys a little bit of leeway because let's go back to the Tennessee Titans game. Gronk's not in the game. Now Josh Gordon's blanketed. Julian Edelman's blanketed. I know there was a lot more issues as to why the Patriots couldn't do anything offensively in that game, but I think that was a major, major issue, was because there was so much pressure on Tom Brady and so much coverage on Josh Gordon and Julian Edelman that it was nearly impossible to complete those passes. When you have Gronk in the game, that opens up so much more for Josh Gordon and Julian Edelman.